In a Dare Challenge video, I saw a conversation between my best friend Kuel and her boyfriend Paul. Kuel asked Paul, "Dare you tell Joel we slept together?" Paul said, "No way." Kuel replied, "Coward. Honestly, I wouldn't dare either. Joel is my best friend. Always has been. She's more important than you." The comments section was filled with people trashing them, sticking up for me, but they didn't know that I was the one who owed Kuel and Paul. Paul had gone to jail for me, stabbing someone, and his dream of becoming a police officer was shattered forever. Kuel had been assaulted because of me, losing hearing in one ear, and she woke up screaming from nightmares every night. I clutched the late-stage cancer report in my hand, then smiled, a wave of acceptance washing over me, and called Kuel. "Can you come with me to try on wedding dresses?" I had nothing else to give them, only a wedding. Of course, I wouldn't be the bride. She would. Kuel arrived while I was trying on wedding dresses, a satin mermaid gown adorned with pearls. Kuel's preferred elegant and sophisticated style. She looked confused. "But don't you like elaborate long train gowns?" "I thought I'd change my style," I said with a soft smile. She didn't notice how pale my face was. Her eyes were fixed on the dress, sparkling. Before that incident, she often used to dream with me about her future wedding. She said she wanted to walk down the aisle in a satin mermaid gown, with the venue covered in champagne-colored roses. "Kuel," I remembered it all. I took her slightly cold hand. "Could you try it on for me, please?" Kuel flinched as if my hand's warmth had burned her. "No, that won't do. A wedding dress is so sacred, but I'm a little tired. Just help me out." I whined and nuzzled into her neck. Kuel finally nodded. She always had a soft spot for me. Without a second thought, she changed into the gown. In front of the huge, full-length mirror, her eyes sparkled like a little girl who'd found a treasure. But then, Kuel's eyes welled up. She turned her back to wipe away her tears, choking back a sob. "Are you going to marry Paul in this?" I nodded. "Yes." Her voice trembled. Then, "Congratulations, Joel." I lowered my head, silent. Suddenly, a furious shout broke the quiet. "What are you doing?" I turned to see Paul. I was about to speak. Paul grabbed my wrist without a word and dragged me towards the changing room. He wasn't careful with his strength, gripping my wrist so hard it felt like he was trying to crush my bones. His strides were long, and I gasped, struggling to keep up. He was blinded by rage, not noticing his force as he violently slammed me against the changing room wall. My whole body shook with pain, and tears streamed down my face, an unwelcome betrayal. "Joel, do you even have a heart? You asked Kuel to try on a wedding dress for you, knowing full well she can never get married because of you." My lips were pale, and I struggled to open my mouth to explain. Paul's bloodshot eyes shot me a venomous look. "How could you be so heartless, twisting the knife in her wound?" No, that wasn't it. I wanted to explain, but I didn't know what to say. Should I tell him I saw Kuel's account and knew they'd slept together? Should I tell him I didn't want to hurt her, that I was giving her the wedding and him? Should I tell him I was dying soon? But all those words choked in my throat, impossible to say. Paul coldly dropped a single sentence. "You've disappointed me greatly." He turned and left with Kuel to change. The sales assistant looked at me awkwardly. She asked, "That wedding dress?" Recalling the fleeting sparkle in Kuel's eyes, I pulled out my card. "I'll take it." This was their first wedding gift from me. Soon, I arranged the second gift. I submitted a new wedding plan to the wedding planning company. They looked troubled. "The new plan is completely different from the previous one, Ms. Schmidt." I felt a pang of guilt, remembering how they'd worked sleepless nights on the first plan. "Can I pay extra?" After I offered a generous amount, they promised to deliver a flawless champagne rose-themed wedding in a month. I smiled faintly and told them, "The bride's name needs to be changed as well." The assistant, who had been smiling moments before, gaped at me.